and welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. So here is just a little update for you. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is assuring the nation that Trinidad and Tobago is not a target of war. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday in Tobago, she said this country does not have any intention to leave CARICOM. For those of you who are wondering, listen to this.
The targets are narco traffickers, gun runners, human traffickers. Those are our targets. It's the Prime Minister of the country and the head of my government of leaving CARICOM. So there's always some mischief there. What I did say, and I'll repeat, is we must also look to others. We have to look to others in the international arena. So, for example, we are looking to the UAE, we are looking to Qatar, we're looking to Bahrain, we are looking to Europe. We cannot keep closed doors and expect things to change.
So, Trinidad and Tobago, we belong to TTPS. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander visited the Tobago division of the TTPS on Tuesday, assuring there would be a recruitment of officers in Tobago, aiming at 100 officers in the first instance with training in the Twin Island. Roger.
We are looking to recruit from the police youth clubs, police youth groups, and these areas, because you as police officers are engaging these persons on a daily basis, and you will understand the character of person this person is. So then it becomes easy. You know who you want to work with. That's all. So when we take a man from the outside and we have to polygraph him 15 times, you already have a youth plan that you saw grow up, stages, and only improve as time goes by. That is who we want.
So, Trinidad and Tobago, we will be focusing on Tobago a little bit tonight. We have always done the news about Trinidad. But tonight, we'll be focusing on Tobago and the goodies that is going to Tobago from the UNC. Now, listen to this. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar. The PM reaffirmed support for Tobago, the education, and the boost. Listen to this.
That under my government, Tobago will not be forgotten.
Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has reaffirmed her government's commitment to supporting Tobago during a speech at the Signal Hill Secondary School earlier today. The Prime Minister arrived on the island last night following an invitation from Chief Secretary Farley Augustine. The visit is aimed at strengthening collaboration between the central government and the Tobago House of Assembly. She said Tobago is poised to lead in a new era of knowledge and skill development with a greater access to tertiary education and training opportunities through various institutions and programs.
Through the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago, through the Training Agency, through the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and through the National Technical Institute for Training, through the MIC of Technology, through youth training and employment partnership programs, through COSTA, the College of Science, Technology and Applied Arts of TNT. Together, when you transition from here, there'll be all these other programs to support you, to lift you up.
So now viewers, she said Tobago, listen to this, Tobagonians will have access to quality education right at home without having to travel. Persad-Bissessar outlined collaborations from academic institutions in Trinidad and aims to ensure that Tobago educational needs are met. Listen to this.
The NTA is partnering with the THA to design training for Tobago's needs, UTT is expanding the Kendall Farm, and COSTAT has applied for accreditation for its Tobago campus. So, under my administration, you Tobago young people will no longer need to leave home, your home here in Tobago, because you will find opportunities being created for you. These can build your dreams right here on this beautiful island.
Prime Minister also announced plans to revive the National Enrichment Center for Special Needs Children, needy children, a project that was shelved in 2015 after the UNC left office.
It was the first of 5 planned across the nation, including one planned for Tobago. Let us work together and get that special needs center also done here in Tobago. I am the grandmother of a child on the autism spectrum and have seen firsthand that every child carries a unique light. Our duty is to ensure that light is never dim, only nurtured.
So imagine this, Trinidad and Tobago. The people of Tobago are seeing things in their country for the first time in a number of years. When was the last time Tobago got a proper development? Police, schools, education, healthcare, roads. When last? Tourism. I am sure the people of Tobago are quite happy with the response from the Prime Minister and her team going to Tobago to make sure that the citizens in Tobago are in the game. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. When last did Tobago got a proper upgrade? I am sure even the PNM people in Tobago are happy. I am sure of this. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we wish them all the best. So before I go any further tonight, I have a little persons of interest tonight. David Boudram. David Boudram. Now, we has his vehicle, but you know what he did? Quite strange, you know, because this is the first time this ever happened to me. He drops his vehicle and he goes with the key. Now, my office has been trying to get in touch with him for a very, very long time. Right? He do like somebody who go with the car. You do like somebody going with your vehicle. We have tried several times to get in touch with you. Because where the vehicle is, he wants to move it. So, you see the run around on the games? This is something Saieed don't like. You was at fault. We caught up with you. Tomorrow, Mr. Man, at the South Office, please drop the keys for the 7-seater. I've been very, very nice and easy with you tonight. Don't let me come on television tomorrow night and having to mention your name again, because a lot more will be shared. Also, Jared and Tyreek Dolly, Mr. and Mrs., please drop your vehicle tomorrow. Nice, and I've been nice and easy with all tonight. Please drop your vehicle at the South Office or the Central Office tomorrow. Don't let me have to come back here another night and highlighting all you on television, because they go a little further. I will go a little further. You understand? So I'm making it easy for you tonight. I could play, let me tell you something. All I don't want to go down the other road with me. I'm telling all of that on national television. We both had an agreement. Good? Stay to yours, I will stay to mine. You all fail to stay to your one, well then it could be a horse of a different color. You see, these is things Trinidad and Tobago. Come back to me, director. These is things Trinidad and Tobago. I don't like to do these things, you know. But you see, when you hear you want to play a game, and a run around, and a hula hoop game, now I don't play hula hoop game. If I want to play games, I have a PS5, me and my sons will play games. That's the only games we just play. Business game is something I don't play. Running around like cat and mouse, I don't play. I don't play them game. So Jared and Miss Dolly, find yourself with your vehicles. Is either drop it Shogunas or you drop it Central. David Bodram, make sure you drop the key in Central office or in the South office. We need to move your vehicle. And if you want me to come in your house and get it, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. So friends and family of these individuals, tell them the picture was highlighted on Real Talk and all the games finish. All the games finish. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Yes, what happened? We purchased a refrigerator at Standard on the 21st of August.
Okay, you purchased a refrigerator from...
3 days after it wasn't working. We made a complaint, a technician came, and he said the compressor was overheating. So they had to take it back. They took it back over a month now. They didn't have one like that, and we didn't want another one. And over a month now, they haven't processed a check for me. We went in 2 weeks ago, and they said, well, to come back within 2 weeks it would be ready. We went back yesterday, and today Standard is closed down.
Well, they didn't close down, you know,
They only collecting money, only who coming to pay, allowed to go inside. And there's a lot of people making noise outside that appliances not working, that they bought Thursday and Friday, and nobody there to take complaints or hear you or get a redress or anything.
Okay, well, what you need to do now, there's something they call consumer affairs. Contact consumer affairs, go in and see them, work with whatever document you have, and I'm sure one of the rep at consumer affairs will sort out the problem for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my dear. So during her visit to Tobago, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissess had briefed students at the Signal Hill Secondary School about the importance of technology in education and the need for greater access to laptops. She reflected on the COVID-19 pandemic, a time when the world slowed down and learning moved online, saying that more could have been done by the then government in the education sector, considering that not every student has access to a computer or a device.
But if that laptop had continued that program during COVID, you could have stayed home with your laptop. Your teachers could have sent through the internet to your computer, your laptop at home, and that education would have continued without a bridge, without a break. And so for 10 years, no laptops were given, and you were left in the COVID devoid of that learning. Let us make sure that never ever happens again.
Reflected on her journey, she reminded students that education is the passport out of poverty and that every dream begins in a classroom.
This is why my government continues to strengthen early childhood care and education, improving facilities, training teachers, and ensuring that every child is supported from the start. In primary schools, we want to modernize teaching through creativity and technology. Here in Tobago, it is our wish and hope to give 500 teachers who have been trained in AI, supported lesson planning, bringing innovation and inclusion in every classroom.
So viewers, education is really the key out of poverty. Remember that. So we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, Michael Dowlett reaffirms unity for Tobago's education system. More after this.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Just a little reminder, viewers, remember Real Talk Financing. We have a 5% offer going on for you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, where you will receive your interest up front on a fixed deposit. It's 5-year contract, and you're getting your interest up front. Remember, we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you your interest up front. Once you set up a fixed deposit with us, within 14 days' time, your officer is going to call you and tell you come collect a check. Your interest is ready to be paid. So you don't have to wait 5 years for your interest to mature. You're collecting it in the first 14 days of your fixed deposit. Remember that Trinidad and Tobago, only we at Real Talk Financing does that. So back to our news tonight. Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlett has reaffirmed his ministry commitment to Tobago, saying that progress in education should not be measured separately, but celebrated equally as part of one unified education system. The minister was speaking at the Signal Hill Secondary School on Tuesday, where he accompanied Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar during her visit to the island.
Since this government took office in May 2025, the Secretary for Education and I have established a respectful and productive partnership, one founded on the shared belief that the education for Tobago's children is inseparable from the national agenda. Together, we are charting a path where the Ministry of Education and the Division of Education, Research and Technology collaborate seamlessly. One vision, one standard of excellence, one commitment to our learners.
Minister Dowlett outlined several initiatives that he described as a blueprint for a future ready, inclusive of accountability, educational system. Listen to this.
Prime Minister, your personal vision has restored digital equity, modernized classrooms, and rekindled opportunities from Mason Hall to Mayaro. Under your leadership, Prime Minister, the Ministry's Strategic Plan 2025-2030 defines the next era of transformation. It is anchored in 3 pillars that drives everything we do: a focus on children, a focus on parents, and a focus on the education system.
So now viewers, he also threw his support behind the reintroduction of the laptop program in schools across Trinidad and Tobago, saying, it serves as a reminder that education is not an expense, but an investment in the nation's future.
Early screening for every child aged 4 to 6, stronger literacy and numeracy recovery, safe and secure schools, and the integration of AI-powered learning tools that personalize education for each student. The new National Parental Training and Support Program and Digital Parental Portal will equip families to be daily learning partners and strengthen the bonds between home and school. Prime Minister, we are professionalizing teaching and learning through the Teacher Professional Development Unit and Leadership Academy.
So Trinidad and Tobago, when last have Tobago gotten all this? When last? What was the last Minister of Education doing? What was she doing for Tobago? Since Kid Rowley is from Tobago, what did he do for his island? Now, according to Cloggenberg, they did something stupid. And he said that. They did something stupid. They didn't keep in touch with the people. Cloggenberg had to lose election, lose his position, end up on the opposition for him to say they lost touch with the people. They forgot who voted them into power. They forgot who put them there. They forgot who they served. But sadly, after 9 years, he remembered. It's sad, you know. It's really sad. Dr. Rowley retired, but yet you just hear him complaining about this and that and the next and the other. No, you retire, rock back. Nobody want to hear you anymore. Nobody want to hear you. Nobody don't want to hear your advice. Nobody don't want to hear your opinion. People don't want to hear what you have to say anymore. Because for 9 years, you told us to tighten our belt. While we saw ministers live lavishly, collect big checks. Today I was listening to Saddam Hussein in Parliament. I heard there were a company related to Rowley who got contracts. But nevertheless, tomorrow I'll tell you that video. I'll give you that tomorrow night as a surprise. You'll be shocked. You will be shocked. So, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar promised a fair share model for Tobago. Budgetary funding. She said, the aim is to move away from dispute resolution commission recommendation for between 4.03% to 6.9%. She was speaking at a special theatre sitting in Scarborough on Tuesday. Tobago recently received their biggest allocation of TT 3.724 billion for fiscal 2025-2026. Take a listen.
For the first time in more than 10 years, every cent, we're working to make sure every cent is being released in full, on time, and according to parliamentary appropriation. We are working to make disbursements quarterly, en bloc, and in advance, keeping with the law. These actions speak louder than any promise. They show that my government's commitment is to fairness, accountability, and partnership.
So now, viewers, as TT 5.5 million is being invested in Tobago, the safety network, the Prime Minister expressed support for Tobago having its own localized police force. She said the initiative was raised recently between Chief Secretary Fali Augustine and the top cop Alyssa Grovero.
A new mounted and canine branch is being built at Shivan Hall, and the anti-crime unit at Old Grange is being upgraded. The Mount St. George Police Youth Club, I'm told, is being refurbished. Defense and Coast Guard facilities and the Crown Point Fire Station are being modernized. Meanwhile, my government supports the idea of there being a localized police force in Tobago, justice and community empowerment. Another legal aid officer will be sent here to serve in Scarborough. Mobile legal aid units are set to begin in 2026.
So imagine Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago is going to be so good now that we might want to go and live there. Imagine that, eh? Look at the effort Kamala is making to build Tobago better than it presently is. It's a dream. We just have to make sure it comes true. That's all she and her government has to do. Make sure that everything she says she will do for Tobago, it happens within a short period of time. Hopefully. The PM outlined some of the initiative her government is taking to improve Tobago's health sector. She said Scarborough Hospital remains Tobago Center of Health Care.
I'm advised by my Minister of Health that the cardiac cath lab is being recommissioned, and that's a very important cath lab to have on the island. The government of India has promised us some sea ambulances. I'm still awaiting them. Emergency, transport, telemedicine, and specialist recruitment are expanding, working to expand access.
Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program as usual, and this development for Tobago long overdue.
Yes.
I want to see Tobago become a paradise in the Caribbean. You know, we
Yes.
live in here and going all of the island. We even going Margarita in Venezuela. I can't go again, Mr. Said, with this trouble there. But when you look at the hotels in Margarita and up the island and think Tobago could be better than them.
Yes.
And I hope this will happen so we can collect some foreign exchange and have tourists coming here. Trinidad is a beautiful place, you know, Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, you know, and I think even better than all them Caribbean islands. Anyway, Mr. Said, many people want to know about this fella they call Saieed Ali. Now, a lot of people is asking about him when he condemned alcohol and praised the taxes and all of this kind of thing. You know, sorry, I don't think he has much knowledge, but to the citizen of this country, Saieed Ali was a Roman Catholic priest employed by the PNM in the defense force. He was the defense force chaplain, Roman Catholic chaplain in the defense force. And to be a chaplain in the defense force, you carry a rank as a captain.
Okay.
So he was a captain in the defense force regiment, collecting a lovely salary, a handsome salary. But I don't know, like he lose his way somewhere along, And I don't know if that is the reason why he's condemning alcohol and so on today and condemning other things. So, Sawat Singh, I leave that for you to tell the citizens of the country because they want to know about you. So tell the citizens of this country whether you was misled by using alcohol or not. I ain't saying you do, but tell the citizens of this country so they will understand inter alia amongst other things. And you was indirectly fired. You was asked to resign because you brought your own character and reputation into disrepute Sawat Singh. So today for you to come and condemn alcohol, you are condemning the roads, the condition of the roads. You're condemning that you're saying alcohol is causing sickness and mental health issues to the citizens, not the roads, not the taxes and so on. That is not causing mental health issue to the citizens. What about the noise pollution from vehicles and things? That is not causing mental health issues to the citizens of this country. And Sawat Singh already said, as the term ends, he's going back to Barbados. So you come here only to collect money. That is you're a con man too or what? Explain that to the citizens. So citizens who are listening to Real Talk, this is what Sawat Singh is. Right, Mr. Said, thank you. Keep up the great job you are doing. We will expose all those con men and con women. God bless you and your staff, Mr. Said.
Thank you, my friend. So I will get some more information on that and I will gladly share it with you. Now, I'll tell you something. The alcohol that I have here in Trinidad and Tobago is very expensive. I'll tell you this. It's very expensive. You see, when I go Grenada, it is totally different. I could tell you that. The alcohol is cheaper in Grenada than Trinidad and Tobago. Imagine that. And that's right up the Caribbean there. It is cheaper. So I have no idea why alcohol in Trinidad and Tobago is this expensive. It's not that I am supporting it, you know. It's just that I am just telling you about the prices. Now, who am I? Who am I? I'm just the messenger. Back in the day, Jesus turned water into wine. And according to the Bible, everyone who sat there in that congregation drank till they get drunk. You see, just how there's freedom of speech, there's freedom of choice. I didn't come here to condemn, which I try less to. To me, condemning somebody drinking alcohol, no, they just didn't know better. Me condemning somebody who smoke, that's a vice they have to deal with. You understand? People drink alcohol for all sorts of things. Some drink for frustration, some drink for pleasure, some drink because they had nothing to do, you know. But nevertheless, in Trinidad and Tobago, from a young age to an old age, people try alcohol. Like I said, it is not me to condemn. There's a saying that there's alcohol in injection. So who am I to condemn? But nevertheless, we have a caller here. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, your life.
I'm calling from Tobago.
Welcome, Tobago.
Yes,
as we have a call from Tobago, what do you think about the Prime Minister delivery to Tobago?
Well, I am so elated to hear that she was here today. I'm sorry I missed her because I would have liked to see her in person to at least congratulate her on what she's doing and her going forth. And I would like to say, yes, Tobago is seeing upliftment. I am so happy. I'm 41 years of age. And I'm living in Tobago here, and I have never seen the upliftment that I'm seeing now.
It's amazing.
You know? So I'm super happy. So, Ms. Kamala Putabisasa, I congratulate you 100%. Keep up the good job.
Thank you, Marianne. Thank you for calling in. So,
okay,
viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but we'll be right back after this.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, remember, Real Talk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit. Remember that the oldest financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you your interest up front. Now, when you open a fixed deposit with us viewers, within 14 days of the date that you signed your agreement, within that 14 days, my office is going to call you, the officer that you dealt with, is going to call you to let you know that your check is ready to collect your interest. Now, this interest is not a 1 month interest, it's not a 6 months interest, it's not a 1 year interest, it's a 5-year interest up front you're getting. So, you would normally have to wait 5 years. With us, you don't have to wait that 5 years. You're getting it within the first 14 days when you sign up a fixed deposit with Real Talk Financing. Remember Trinidad and Tobago. Remember that. Hey, hear this now. For the longest while, I haven't seen the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard ships patrolling the water. Today, I went down the island. I carried my boat for a little run today. And I saw the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard vessel patrolling the waters. For the longest while, I haven't seen that. So Trinidad and Tobago, I could tell you today that the Coast Guard vessel is patrolling the waters of Trinidad and Tobago. Today I could safely told you that. I felt I was like, wow. You know how long I haven't seen this vessel on the sea? I haven't seen that vessel on the sea for a little while. But today, I am happy to report to you that the vessels are patrolling Trinidad and Tobago waters. After a long period of time. That is the Coast Guard base. Down Tragaramas down there. Those boats are always parked up there. Always. Whether you go in the daytime, whether you go in the nighttime, those boats are right there. But today I was surprised. I was surprised today to actually see one of those big boats outside on the water patrolling. I was surprised. Trust me, I was like, I told my captain, I said, bro, I said, finally we have a vessel in the water. Finally we have some vessels on the water. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, they are out there, they are patrolling, and I am happy for this. So welcome back. Deputy Commissioner of Police, Operation, Suzette Martin, has shared that Trinidad and Tobago Police Service coordinated security plans for the upcoming Christmas and Carnival season to ensure safety for all under the current state of emergency. Speaking at a TTPS media briefing on Tuesday, she stated that the TTPS remains fully committed to ensuring the safety of the citizens and visitors during the upcoming Christmas season and the Carnival season.
While these periods are traditionally times of celebration, we are also aware that public gatherings increase the potential for criminal activity and public safety risk. Our operations will focus on 1. Preventative visibility, rapid response, and intelligence-led policing, ensuring that the festive season remains safe and enjoyable for everyone.
She also highlighted the coordinated security framework for that period.
During this period, the TTPS will increase foot and mobile patrols in commercial districts, transport areas, entertainment zones, and residential areas. Our tactical unit, highway patrols, and divisional teams are conducting joint exercises aimed at deterring crime, improving traffic management, and ensuring a safe environment for all.
So now she also highlighted that, and she urged the public, Trinidad and Tobago, she urged the public to be aware of this hectic and crazy season that is coming up. The Christmas time, the Carnival time, you know, we have a lot of purse snatchers, we have chain snatchers. Be aware in this upcoming Christmas and Carnival season, viewers. Listen to this.
Simple precautions: safeguarding personal belongings, avoiding large cash transactions, and cooperating with officers can make a significant difference. We are also asking business owners and event promoters to liaise closely with their local police station to facilitate crowd control and traffic management.
The DCP said the TTPS will also be coordinating with the Defense Force, municipal police, and other national security partners to ensure seamless coverage throughout the country. So Trinidad and Tobago, that is some of the plan that TTPS has for the upcoming Christmas and Carnival season. So having said that, former Minister of National Security Marvin Gonzalez have stated that the government failed to allay the face of the population last Friday, and amidst the widespread speculation of increasing tension between Venezuela and the United States. Gonzalez stated that the nation was robbed of clarity by the government who choose to ignore or choose to remain silent when answers were being demanded. He was referring to last Friday's call out of Defense Force members and the police withholding leave for officers. Gonzalez said the Defense Minister Wayne Sturge refused to answer questions on the matter on Friday. Listen to this.
And you would expect that a responsible government will take any opportunity that they can, especially in the parliament, to speak clearly to the people, even if it means to do so to allay the fears of the people. And the minister invoked Standing Order 27-1G not to answer the question, and that is a very serious particular issue.
So now I want to inform Marvin, if Marvin was asleep that whole day, or he takes some sleeping pills and decided to sleep that whole 24 hours, or Marvin decided to leave Trinidad for a few days. Let me just inform Marvin. So there was a wide speculation that there was going to be an invasion. And this started with international news. International news ran so, so strong with it, that Donald Trump, on board Air Force One, had to release a media briefing on the plane, saying that he had no intention of invading Venezuela or attacking Venezuela. Imagine that, Imagine that. So social media went on a frenzy with this. Now, seeing this happened, the Ministry of Security, I guess Wayne Sturge, would have released some information to the officers and them that all are called out in case of an emergency. Now, I want Marvin to understand something. The government did release a bulletin. The government released a bulletin informing Trinidad and Tobago citizens that it was false. Donald Trump come out and said on Air Force One that he has no plans to invade or attack Venezuela. That was carried live. So after the international news, you see how important false news is? See how important? That's why I said, pay attention to security. Pay attention to the ministers in various offices. If Kamala Prasad Ministry released a bulletin, why do they have to address the nation? I want to ask Marvin that. Why do they have to address the nation when they release a bulletin? When the news hit the ground, it was false news. So what exactly is the Prime Minister coming to tell Trinidad and Tobago? What exactly is Sturge coming to tell Trinidad and Tobago? Tell me. Tell me, Marvin, what exactly are they coming to tell when the office of the Prime Minister released a bulletin? But nevertheless, Marvin, if it was functioning proper, or if the PNM was functioning proper, well, it would have been here in office still. But nevertheless, Gonzalez suggested the position taken by Minister Sturge in keeping with a new supposed policy of the government to avoid important questions. Again, I will say, he did not avoid. He just chose not to answer. He just chose not to answer. He also referenced Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander for blaming social media for the the panic, saying it was the Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisasa we saw so well in opposition, who suggested that social media may be trusted over traditional media. Listen to Gonzalez.
So I was shocked when I heard the Minister of Homeland Security saying, to ignore social media and stuff like that. The Minister of Homeland Security should check back a couple of years ago when the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, told the country, do not depend on the national media, the traditional media for your information. You should depend on social media for your information. She told the country this when she served as leader of the opposition a couple of years ago, encouraging the population that you should get your news from social media as opposed to traditional media. So when I heard him saying that yesterday, I was taken aback but not surprised, because the UNC utilized social media, especially when they were in opposition, and even more so now, to spew, misinformation and disinformation into the public. So they will say one thing when it is convenient to them, and they will say something else when, of course, it is convenient to them.
So I just want to say something on Marvin's behalf. Listen to this. Marvin, being a former Minister of National Security, knew Stuart Young and the Prime Minister were doing business with a sanctioned country. Marvin knew that they picked up millions of US dollars and carried to Venezuela. But Marvin failed to come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago that we could have been sanctioned. So Trinidad and Tobago, and I believe that is one of the reasons why the Donald Trump administration revoked the OFAC license from the PNM administration. So I just want to add this. We have a few minutes left on our program tonight. I just want to add this in. I want to rub it in. When you have a muscle pain and you use Vicks or Sports Balm or something on the muscles, you just rub it in. So I just want to say this. I know the seriousness of doing business with a sanctioned country. Nobody from the PNM administration told the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago the importance of sanction and the outcome of sanction for our country. So let me just inform you all. I want to believe that the Donald Trump administration revoked the OFAC license from Trinidad and Tobago dealing with Venezuela because, one, they are a sanctioned country. That's number one. According to Stuart Young, we couldn't pay them. We couldn't pay them with money. So, why did you all take $1 million US currency from Trinidad, Treasury, and carry to Venezuela? If we are not to pay Venezuela with money, Stuart Young and Keith Rowley, why did you all take $1 million US currency and carry it for the Venezuelan government? And I'll put a pin right there and stop that. Now, if Donald Trump did decide to sanction Trinidad and Tobago for doing business with a sanctioned country, let me tell you something. Every oil company in Trinidad would have packed up and left. Every gas company in Trinidad would have packed up and left. Every WASA contractor from outside of Trinidad or WASA companies in Trinidad would have packed up and left. Every company in Trinidad and Tobago that were doing business would have packed up and left. Every foreign company. Where would that leave us? I want Marvin Gonzalez, Stuart Young, and Dr. Keith Rowley together with Klongenbert and Amory Brown, not forgetting, to come out and tell Trinidad and Tobago what would have happened. What state we would have been in. You see, this is the reason why I will say it as often as possible. Every time Marvin opens his mouth, he causes a kettle rather than a spoon. Because he was a former Minister of National Security. And he knew this. He knew this. But never came out and tell Trinidad and Tobago what was going on. I sat down and listened to a video with Stuart Young, willfully saying that he knew that they were sanctioned, but yet he went down there to do business with them on behalf of Trinidad. And then before time, Dr. Rowley, before election, Dr. Rowley jumped out. They select Stuart Young. Trinidad and Tobago, you all looked up sanction. This is what I want you to do. Go look for it, look it up, find out what it means. And then you would understand what Stuart Young and Dr. Rowley were doing. If Trinidad and Tobago did get sanctioned, what would have happened? I keep asking you this. I keep asking Marvin this. I keep asking Dr. Rowley this. I kept asking Stuart Young. Even Clongenbert, the man who forced a penalty on your property, which he says a rental property, and you would say that is your residential home. How can your residential home be a rental property? And the best things to Embert could have said is that, we lost touch with the people. We are stupid. We lost touch with the people. Imagine that. After I lose election, he said that. It's sad. But those were the individuals who were governing Trinidad and Tobago. Those were the individuals. Kamala dropped gas 1%, everybody quarreling. Oh, what I go do? But when Embert raised it, everybody zipped them out. Nobody had nothing to say. Nothing. Embert raised VAT, nobody are complaining. Kamala dropped the VAT, or they start to complain. They should have do more, they should have do better. It's sad, but you can't please all the people. So sometimes I believe people who are prone to hardship, people who love hardship, could never enjoy the benefit of something reasonable. Because all you know is hardship, hardship, hardship. All you know to do is tighten your belt. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze in your belly. And you're balling with pain because you had to go by the doctor. Why? Because Rowley said, win off the government. So you have no other choice but to tighten your belt. Now when Kamala comes out and says, well, release your belt now, there's a problem. Thousands of items, food items, they remove VAT from. You could breathe a little. But apparently we don't want that. They have made a decision not to raise electricity and water. But apparently we wanted it raised. But nevertheless, viewers, this one like so. We are out of time for tonight. There's a run of this program tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We'll be right back here another night for another Real Talk with Saieed as we go live again. Until then, enjoy.